Jones is a beauty shop guy. Written by Barbara Park. Illustrated by Denise Brunkus. Chapter 1. My brand new different name. My name is Junie B. Jones. The B stands for Beatrice. Except I don't like Beatrice. I just like B, that's all. Only guess what? That doesn't even matter anymore, because I'm changing my name to a brand new different name. It popped right into my head when I woke up this morning. That's how come I jumped out of bed and zoomed to the kitchen to tell Mother and Daddy. They were sitting at the breakfast table. People, guess what? Guess what? I said. I'm changing my name to a brand new different name, and it's the loveliest name I ever heard of. Mother was feeding baby brother named Ollie, and Daddy stopped reading his paper. They did not pay attention to me. I climbed up on my chair and shouted my new name, real loud. Pinky Gladys Gutzman. That's my new name, Pinky Gladys Gutzman. Just then, Daddy looked at me over the top of the paper, because now he was paying attention. Excuse me? Could you run that name by me one more time? He asked. Your new name is Pinky Gladys what? I clapped my hands real happy. Gutzman, I shouted, really thrilled. Pinky Gladys Gutzman. And so from now on, everybody has to call me that, or else I will not even answer. Okay, Daddy? Okay? I hugged myself. Isn't that the cutest name you ever heard of? Because Pinky is the loveliest color I ever saw, plus Gladys Gutzman is the snack lady at school. And so who wouldn't want to be named after that woman? That's what I would like to know. Daddy shook his head. I don't know. This doesn't really sound like a good idea to me, he said. I did a frown at that guy. Why, Daddy? How come? How come it doesn't sound good? Well, for one thing, it's much too long, he said. No one will ever remember a name as long as that one. I tapped my chin. I said, Then all of a sudden, my whole face got happy. Hey, I got it! I got the answer. After that, I zoomed to my room, and I got some paper, and I zoomed right back again. A name tag. We will make a name tag, I said. That way people will read my new name, and they won't even have to remember it. I gave the paper to Mother. Write it down, write my new name down on this paper. Then we can pin it right on my clothes. Mother did a frown at Daddy. Way to go, Ace, she said, kind of mumbling. After that, she wrote my new name on a piece of paper and then pinned it to my PJs. I danced all around the floor. Pinky Gladys Gutzman. My new name is Pinky Gladys Gutzman. I sang real joyful. Mother and Daddy didn't say any words. They just kept looking at me. Finally, Daddy got up from the table. Well, gotta go, he said. I've got an appointment to get a haircut. Mother springed out of her chair. She grabbed Daddy by his shirt. Oh, no, you don't. You can't, she said. I have an appointment to take Ollie to the doctor this morning, remember? If you need to get your haircut, you're going to have to take you-know-who with you. I tapped on her. Gutzman, I said. The name is Pinky Gladys Gutzman. Daddy runned his fingers through his hair. Then he did a big sigh, and he told me to hurry up and get dressed. I jumped way high up in the air. Hooray, I shouted. Hooray, hooray, Pinky Gladys Gutzman is going to the barber shop with her daddy, and she really enjoys that place. After that, I twirled and twirled all over the kitchen. Only too bad for me, because I accidentally twirled into the refrigerator and the stove and the dishwasher. I got knocked on the floor. My head made a loud clunking sound. I felt really careful. Good news, I said. No damage. After that, I jumped back up and I ran to get dressed for the barber shop. Chapter 2, Meeting Maxine. Me and Daddy drove in the car a real long time. It was not that enjoyable. Are we there yet? How come we're not there? Are we lost? Huh, Daddy? Did you lose us? I asked. Just then, Daddy pulled into a parking lot. Hey, we're here, we're there. I hollered, very thrilled. I looked through the window. Yeah, only there's a problem. I don't even recognize this place, 'cause this is not your regular barber shop. Daddy got me out of the seatbelt. This is a different barber shop, he explained. Someone at work recommended it. Only it's not actually a barber shop. It's more of the kind it's a beauty shop. My eyes got real big and wide. A beauty shop? Oh boy, 'cause I love beauty shops even more than barber shops. I jumped up and down all around. Hey, everybody, my daddy is going to a beauty shop. My daddy is going to a beauty shop. Shh, Junie B, please, said Daddy. You have to be on your best behavior in this place, and I mean it. No acting crazy. I smoothed my jacket very proper. Yeah, only I don't even know what you're talking about, I said. I never acted crazy my whole entire career. After that, I skipped very happy through the beauty shop door. There was a lady behind the counter. Her face was big, shiny, red lips on it. Name, please, she said. Robert Jones, said Daddy. I stood on my tippy toes. Yeah, only he has other names too, I told her, 'cause some people call him Bob and some people call him Bobby. Plus, my mother called him Ace today. The lady looked over the counter at me. And what is your name? She asked. I quick took off my jacket and showed her my name tag. Pinky, I said. My name is Pinky Gladys Gutzman, 'cause I thought of that cute name this morning, and it is adorable, I think. The lady looked at me funny. She didn't ask any more questions. Pretty soon, a different lady walked up and shook my daddy's hand. Hello, I'm Maxine, and I'll be cutting your hair today, she said, real nice. My eyes popped right out at that woman, 'cause she was wearing a name tag just like mine. Maxine, hey Maxine, look down here, I have on a name tag too, I hollered. Maxine ruffled my hair. Pinky Gladys Gutzman, huh? She said. Well, Pinky Gladys Gutzman, since you're already wearing a name tag, I guess that means you should be my helper today. Yes, I yelled, 'cause I already know how to be a helper on account of sometimes I help my Grandpa Miller fix stuff, and last week I fixed the upstairs toilet and I got to touch that big ball that floats on the top. Maxine laughed. Wow, a helper with plumbing experience? This must be my lucky day, she said. After that, she holded my hand and told me, and me and Daddy took her to Daddy's sink, and then Maxine washed Daddy's hair, and she let me hold the fluffy towel. I holded it real tight in my arms. Look, Maxine, look at me holding the fluffy towel. See how good I'm doing? I'm not even letting it touch the floor. Only too bad for me, 'cause just then my nose got itchy fluffies in it, and I started to sneeze. Achoo! 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 I sneezed right into the fluffy towel. It was soft as a feather. That's how come I wiped my itchy nose on that big softy thing. Plus, also, I bloated a tiny bit. Maxine made a face. Yeah, only you don't have to worry, 'cause I'm not even contagious, I told her. Then I gave her the fluffy towel to dry Daddy's hair, and Maxine said, no, thank you. And she dried Daddy's hair with a different fluffy towel. After that, all of us went to her giant spinny chair. Hey, I love this kind of chair, I said, really excited. And I climbed up there zippity quick. Spin me, spin me, spin me, I hollered. Daddy leaned close to my ear, and his face did not look pleasant. Get down, he whispered, very chilling. I got down. Maxine patted my head, and she gave me a broom. It was big and wide. Here, helper, you can sweep your daddy's hair as I'm cutting it. Yes, I said back, 'cause I'm an excellent at this appliance, I believe. After that, I held the broom real tight in my hands, and I runned it up and down the floor. Look, Maxine, look at me sweeping. See me? See how fast I am? Only too bad for me, 'cause just then a lady didn't get out of my way, and she walked right in front of my big wide broom, and her feet got swept. Ow! She hollered. Ow! Ouch! Ow! Daddy ran over and snatched the broom away, 'cause I wasn't the helper anymore, apparently. After that, he gave Maxine lots of dollars, and he took my hand, and then Me and him rushed right out of that place. Chapter 3, Practising. Daddy drove me home in the car. I kept sniffing the air. You smell like a lovely woman, I said. Daddy wasn't that friendly. It's the hair gel, he grouched. I sniffed some more. I love that smelly hair gel, I said. Plus also, I love sweeping and holding the fluffy towel, so maybe I might be a beauty shop guy when I grow up. Wonderful, said Daddy. I know it is wonderful, I said. And here's another wonderful thing. I already have a name tag and a towel and a broom and some scissors, and so I am all set to go to work probably. Just then Daddy quick pulled the car to the curb. No, Junie B. No, you are not all set to go to work, he said. You don't just pick up some scissors and start cutting hair. Do you understand? Working in a beauty shop takes years and years of practice. Yeah, only I already know that, I said. I already know it takes years and years of practice. Years and years and years, said Daddy. I did a huffy breath at him. I already know that, I told you, I said again. After that, I leaned back in my seat, and I thinked about the years and years of practice. Finally, I did a big sigh. I would have to get started right away. Daddy pulled the car into our driveway, and I runned inside the house, zippity quick. I'm home, I hollered. I'm home from the beauty shop. Mother runned out of Ollie's room. Shh, I just put your brother down for a nap, she said. I stood there for a minute because that woman gave me a sneaky idea, that's why. I did a fake yawn. I need a nap too, I think, I said, because that beauty shop got me all tired out. I walked to my bedroom. Well, nighty-night. Don't let the bed bugs fight, I said. Mother followed me. Her face looked suspicious. Suspicious is a grown-up word for I think you might be fibbing. Whoa, hold on there a second, said Mother. I thought you hated naps. I do, I said. I do hate naps, but today I worked at the beauty shop, and that job got me all pooped, I tell you. After that, I closed my door, and I got under my covers, and Mother peeked in at me. I did a fake snore, and I waited and waited till she closed the door again. I stayed in bed till it was safe, and then finally I tippy-toed to my desk, and I opened my drawer real quiet, and I searched my hands all around that thing. Then all of a sudden, my heart got very pumpy. 4. Snipping, snipping, snipping. I opened and closed my shiny scissors real fast. Now I can start my years and years of practice, I whispered, very thrilled. I skipped to my bed where my stuffed animals sit, because I need volunteers, of course. Who wants to go first? I asked my animals. Who wants to get their fur trimmed at my beauty shop? My bestest elephant, named Philip Johnny Bob, raised his foot. I do, he said. I hugged him real tight, because that guy is always a good sport, that's why. I picked him up and I put him in my beauty chair, and I sat him on lots of pillows so he would be tall. Then I kept on looking and looking at his fur. Yeah, only there's the problem, I said. Your fur is made out of softy gray velvet, and softy gray velvet is too short and smooth, so I can't even trim you. Philip Bob did a sad sigh. I patted his head and put him back on the bed. Just then I accidentally stepped on something. I looked on the floor, and guess what? It was my slippers that looked like bunnies. Us, trim us, they said real squealy. Hey, yeah, 'cause you guys have a beautiful, long, white fur I ever even saw, and so you guys would be perfect, probably. I quick picked them up and put them in my beauty chair, and then after that I skipped all around them and snipped their long, white fur. I singed a lovely song. It's called Snipping, Snipping, Snipping Their Long, White Fur. It was the funnest fun I had ever had. After I got done, I holded them up to the mirror so they could see themselves. They did not smile. They were baldies, they said real soft. I did a big breath at those guys. Yeah, only I already know you are baldies, but that's not my fault, because you kept on wiggling while I was trimming you, I said. I petted their heads very nice. Don't worry, I whispered. 'Cause bunny fur probably grows back. Probably, I'm most positive, sort of. Then I hugged them real gentle and I throwed them under my bed because I didn't want Mommy and Daddy seeing them, that's why. After that, I got in bed and I did a sigh. That job was probably going to take more practice than I thought. Chapter 5, Teddy and Tickle. My bunny slippers didn't grow their fur back. I peeked in on them the whole entire weekend. Only no fur growed at all, not even teensy fuzzy. On Monday at school, I didn't feel like playing at recess. My best friend named Grace put her arm around me. "What's wrong, Junie B?" she said. "How come you don't want to play?" I hanged my head, "'Cause bunny fur doesn't grow back, that's why," I said. "Only who knew? And so now I can't be a beauty shop guy when I grow up, probably. And that was my hopes and dreams." And Grace's eyes did a big and wide at me. "Hey, me too," she said. "Being a beauty shop guy is my hopes and dreams too. My Aunt Lola owns her very own beauty shop, and she already said I could be a shampoo girl." And just then my bestest friend named Lucille started fluffing her fluffy hair. "When I grow up, I'm going to be a client," she said. A client is a person who goes to the beauty shop and spends all a small fortune. She took a little brush out of her purse and then she started brushing her hair. "See how shiny my hair is? It's soft and silky too, soft and silky and well conditioned." She shaked it all around in her hair. "A woman's hair is her crowning glory," she said. "Want to feel it? Huh? Do ya?" After that, she shaked her hair all around in the air. "You're getting on my nerves," I said. Just then, that Grace clapped her hands real loud. Junie B, I just thought of something. Maybe Aunt Lola will let you be a shampoo girl too, and both of us can be shampoo girls together." I did a gasp. "Really, Grace? Really? Do you think she would? Really? Then I hugged that Grace as tight as I could, because guess what? My hopes and dreams was back. After I got home from school, I run to my room speedy quick, and I grabbed my fuzzy Teddy off my bed, and then I zoomed to the bathroom. Grandma Helen Miller shouted, "Hello," at me. She was in the nursery with my baby brother named Ollie. "Hello to you too," I shouted back. "Only there's an important message, because right now I'm shutting the bathroom door on account of that's called privacy, madam." After I locked the door real secret and filled the sink with water, then I dunked Teddy up and down and put shampoo on that guy. I sing a happy song. It's called Dunking Teddy Up and Down and Putting Shampoo on That Guy. Only too bad for me, because pretty soon Teddy's head got soaked and wet with water, and he couldn't hold it up that good. It flopped all around his neck, and I stood him up on the sink, and he was a giant sog ball. I felt sickish inside my stomach. That's how come I wrapped him in the bathroom towel and hurried back to my room. After that, I patted the sog ball head real gentle and throwed him under the bed with my slippers. I hanged my head real gloomy. "Darn it," I said. "I am not a good shampoo girl either, and so now I can never work in Aunt Lola's shop with Grace, probably." Just then, my dog named Tickle scratched at my door. "Go away, Tickle," I said. "I'm not in the mood to play," but he kept scratching and scratching, and I opened the door a teeny crack. I said, "Go away. Don't you even understand language?" Only too bad for me, because Tickle springed right up and knocked the door open and runned into my room. He zoomed around and around in circles, and then he finally got dizzy and pooped and flopped on my rug. I looked closer at that fellow. Your fur is kind of tangly and matty. Only I never actually noticed that before." I tapped my chin. "Maybe you should come to my beauty shop for a trim, 'cause I already had practice, and so I can do better this time, I believe." I did more thinking. "Hey, yeah, here's another good thing. Dog fur grows back, right, Tickle? And so what do we have to lose? That's what I would like to know." So I zoomed to my desk and got my shiny scissors, and then I hurried back to Tickle and gave him a hug, and I trimmed his tangly, matty fur. Chapter 6, The Trouble with Tickle. Tickle did not turn out that professional. His fur was floppy and choppy and moppish. Plus, his tail had a teeny stubby. I tried to push him under my bed, but he wouldn't even go. "Yeah, only you have to go under there, Tickle, or else Mother and Daddy will see your fur and I will be in trouble." Just then I heard feet walking down the hall. "Oh no." It was Mother. She was home from work. I runned around real upset. "Hide, Tickle, hide, hide," I said. Just then I saw my pink sweater, and I grabbed it out of my closet and throwed it on Tickle speedy fast. I also grabbed my favorite hat with the devil horns, and I plopped it on his head. All of a sudden, Mother opened my door, and I backed up from her. "Hello," I said, kind of nervous. "How are you today?" "I'm fine, plus Tickle is fine, too." I did a gulp. "He's wearing clothes, apparently," I said. Then Mother walked to Tickle real slow and took off his hat. That is how come I runned out of my room and down the hall and outside into the yard, because I didn't want to be there when that sweater came off. Of course, Mother chased me all over the yard. That woman is speedier than she looks. She caught me by the arm and marched me into the house. After that, she sat me in a chair and she said, "My goose is cooked, young lady." Goose is cooked means your goose is in trouble. Only I don't actually have a goose. Only that was not the time to mention it, probably. Just then my daddy came home from work. Mother tattletaled to him about Tickle. Then both of them hollered and lectured at me. It was called, "What in the world has got into me, young lady? Do I not have even good sense? And do they have to watch me every single minute?" After they finished yelling, Mother put me in my room, and she took away my scissors forever. And here's the worstest part of all. After dinner, I had to take a bath and go right to bed. Mother kissed me on my cheek. It was not that sincere. "Yeah, only I'm not even tired yet," I said. "And so maybe I should watch Wheel of Fortune, perhaps." Mother shook her head. "Nope, no way, no TV," she said. "If you're not tired, you can lie there and think about what you did today." After that, she shut my door and walked away, and I did a huffy breath at her. "Yeah, only I don't even have to think about what I did today, 'cause I already thinked about it, that's why," I whispered to myself. Then I did a teeny smile, and guess what else? I think I'm making progress. Chapter 7, The Terriblest Trouble. The next morning, I was very cheered up, 'cause I knew what went wrong with Tickle. Tickle has dog hair, and dog hair is harder to cut than people hair, 'cause people hair is much more tamer. I run to the mirror and looked at my people hair. "I bet I can cut this kind of hair just perfect," I said. Just then, I heard the front door open. It was my grandpa, Frank Miller. He was here to babysit me before school. I run and kissed that guy hello. Then I zoomed right back to my room, and I hollered a message down the hall. "Don't come in my room, Grandpa, okay? 'Cause I want to get dressed all by myself today, and I don't even need help." After that, I shut my door real tight, and I hurried to my desk. Guess what? Extra scissors, that's what. They were in the middle of my drawer where I keep them. I opened and closed them real fast, and then I skipped to my dresser, and I combed my bangs silky smooth. And then I snipped their ends right off, and I peeked at myself kind of nervous, and guess what? I wasn't even ruined. I smiled real thrilled. I knew I could do this. I knew it. All I needed was practice. After that, I snipped some more bangs, plus I snipped some sides and some top and some back. After that, I was finished, and I looked in the mirror, and I did a teeny frown. "My bangs do not even look even Steven," I said. That's how come I tried to even them up. Only those dumb things kept getting tiltier and tiltier. Finally, I got frustration inside me, and I took a whole big hunk and I cut them right off. "Ha! So there," I said, and I put my scissors down and I looked at myself. I did a gasp. Oh no, my hair was sticking out all over the place. "Sprigs," I said, "not sprigs." That's how come I wanted to start crying. 'Cause sprigs are like shorty little sticklets, and they're not even attractive, I tell you. Just then I heard a knock at the door. "Junie B, honey, are you all right in there?" asked my grandpa. "Okay if I come in?" "No, not okay," I hollered. "I'm still getting dressed, and so please go back to where you came from." Grandpa Miller laughed. Okay, I get the message," he said. "I'll go make you a sandwich, and you'd better hurry up, though. I've got to do some errands, so I'm driving you to school today." His feet walked back to the kitchen. Then I sat down on my bed real upset because Spriggs is the terriblest trouble I ever even saw. Chapter 8, Hats. I didn't know what to do. How could I even go to school? Because everyone would see my Spriggs and they would laugh and laugh. That is how come I couldn't stop crying. All of a sudden, a miracle happened. It's when I spotted my hat with the devil horns. It was sitting on my desk right there where Mother left it, and that hat gave me a good idea. I picked up my hat and put it on, and guess what? It hid my Spriggs. Hey, if I wear this to school, no one will even see my hair, I said, real relieved. Only just then I did a teeny frown. Yeah, what if I'm playing on the playground and somebody steals my devil hat horn off my head? Then everyone will see my Spriggs and they will laugh and laugh. I thought real hard. Maybe I can wear 2 hats. That way if somebody pulls off one hat, I still have another one left. I spotted my shower cap that was lying on my chair and I put it underneath my hat. Yeah, only what if I'm playing on the playground and somebody pulls off my hat and then they pull off my shower cap too? Then everyone will see my Spriggs and they will laugh and laugh. I tapped my chin. 3 hats, I said. I will wear 3 hats to school because that will give me a whole extra hat of protection. I opened my bottom drawer and found my ski mask because ski masks hide your entire everything. I put the ski mask on my head, then I put the shower cap, and then I put my devil horns. I looked at myself in the mirror. Now nobody can see anything, not even my nose. After that, I got dressed and I skipped to the kitchen. Grandpa Miller's eyes popped out at me. Whoa, 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 you can't go to school looking like that, he said. That's how come I had to tell him a teensy-beansy fib. Yeah, only 'cause today is Crazy Hat Day and my teacher said we can wear how many ever hats we want, I said. Grandpa Miller scratched his head. Then he watched me eat my sandwich through my mouth hole and then he drove me to school. I skipped to room 9 very joyfully. I sat down at my table next to Lucille. Hello, I said. It's me, Junie B. Jones. See me, Lucille? See me? I'm wearing an attractive hat assortment. Just then, a meanie boy named Jim pointed and shouted, Hey, everybody, look at Looney B. Jones. What a goony bird, he shouted. Then, all of a sudden, he speeded across the room and he grabbed my devil horn hat right off my head. All of room 9 laughed and laughed because they saw my shower cap, of course. Only lucky for me, because just then my teacher hurried in the room and she took control of people. Her name is Mrs. She has another name too, but I just like Mrs., that's all. Mrs. grabbed my hat from that meanie Jim and gave it back to me, and then she yelled at all the children, and then she took me into the hall. Mrs. bended down next to me. Hey, kiddo, what's the story here, she asked. I rocked back and forth on my feet. Because I didn't want to tell her the story, that's why. Yeah, only I don't actually know what you're referring to, I said real soft. The hats, Junie B. What's the story with the hats? Finally, I did a big breath, and I told her the story. The story with the hats by Junie B. Jones. Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Pinky Gladys Gutzman, and she was practicing to be a booty shop guy. Only too bad for her, 'cause her stupid dumb bangs kept getting tiltier and tiltier, and that's how come she had to cut them off, and now she wishes she was never even Pinky. And that is all the details I would like to share with you at this time. I did a big breath. The end. Mrs. put her hands on my shoulders. Junie B., honey, are you telling me that you cut your bangs off? Is that what this is about? I did not answer her. Then all of a sudden, Mrs. took off my ski cap, and I didn't even know what she was going to do. That she was going to do that. No, I hollered, don't! Only it's too late. Mrs. saw my hair, and she hugged me real tight. Oh, Junie B., she said, what happened? I started to cry all over again. Spriggs, I said, Spriggs happened, and after that, Mrs. gave me some tissues, and me and her sat down on the floor, and we figured out what to do. Chapter 9, Learning a Lesson. Finally, Mrs. put my devil horns back on my head. Here, she said, this will be the only hat you will need to wear today, I promised. After that, we went back to room 9, and Mrs. told a teensy-beensy fib. Boys and girls, may I have your attention, please? Junie B is starting to get the sniffles, and so I am going to let her wear her hat in class. She looked at that meanie Jim. All day, Jim. She's going to wear it all day, and no one is to touch it, she said. Not anyone. I jumped out of my seat. Yeah, Jim, you can't even touch it with your baby little pinky fingers. Right, Mrs.? Right, said Mrs. Not even at recess, right, Mrs.? Right? Mrs. sucked her cheeks. Yes, Junie B., right. And not when I'm at the drinking fountain, and not when I'm bending down to tie my shoe, and not when I'm walking to the pencil sharpener, and not when I'm just plain sitting in my chair, and not when I'm working on my workbook, and not when I'm practicing my alphabet, and not when... Okay, we get the picture, said Mrs. I smoothed my dress. All righty then, I said, real nice. After that, I sat in my chair, and I worked on my workbook, and I played at recess, and I went to the water fountain, and no one touched my hat. After school, Daddy came to room 9 to get me, and I was surprised to see that guy. Daddy, I didn't even know you were coming to get me today, and so this day turned out better than I thought. Daddy stared at my hat, and then all of a sudden my stomach did not feel good in this situation. He reached out and took it right off my head. Then he quick closed his eyes. Lovely, he said. After that, he picked me up and carried me to the car. I tapped on him. Did you really mean it's lovely, or was that a little joke? I asked, kind of nervous. Daddy didn't answer my question. Instead, he buckled me in my seatbelt, and we started to drive. We drove and drove for a long time. When he finally pulled into the parking lot, I looked out the window. Hey, Daddy, hey, it's the beauty shop. The beauty shop with Maxine, I told him. Daddy looked at me right inside, and guess what? Maxine was waiting for me. She did a smile. Looks like someone gave herself a little trim, she said. I felt shy for her. It didn't turn out even Stevens, I said, kind of soft. Maxine ruffled my hair. Then she put me in her giant spinny chair and sprayed my hair with some water. After that, she snipped and finally put gel on my hair, and she blow-dried me. I looked at myself in the mirror. Hey, what do you know? No more sprigs, I said, delighted. How did you do that, Maxine? How did you do that? Maxine winked at Daddy. Years of practice. Daddy leaned close to my face. Years and years and years, he said. After that, he lifted me down from the chair. And he gave Maxine lots of more dollars, and me and him drove home again. After we got home, Daddy took me to my room, and he took my extra scissors off my desk, and he put them in his pocket. Sorry, Daddy. Sorry I cut my own hair, I said. He did a sigh. I know you're sorry, Junie B., he said. I just hope you learned a lesson from all this. I did, Daddy. I did learn a lesson, and I mean it. I mean it. Daddy kissed my head, 'cause that guy still loves me, that's why. After he left my room, I looked at my hair some more. It was the cutest hair I ever even saw. Just then my whole face lighted up. Hey, I'm the one who got this haircut started, so maybe I can be a beauty shop guy after all, I said, real thrilled. I tapped my chin. Yeah, only what happens when I grow up and I have to practice some more? What will I use to cut with? I looked at my desk very curious, and then I tiptoed over there real quiet, and I opened my bottom drawer, and I searched my hands all around, and all of a sudden I smiled, kind of sneaky, because guess what? More extra scissors.